Hello there, listeners. Welcome to the Bullpen Podcast. Now, before we get started, I'd just like to quickly talk about Buzzsprout. So, over the years, myself and Jamie have worked incredibly hard and refined the Bullpen Podcast into the stylish cultural phenomenon that it is today. But none of this would have been possible without Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout as a platform allows us to upload our finished work and host it on major services such as Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes and more. Simply put, without Buzzsprout, we would not have reached as many ears as we have. Once you sign up to Buzzsprout, you immediately get access to several hours worth of upload allowance a month, as well as an easy to navigate website and analytical data of every aspect of your podcast and all its listeners. If you sign up using our link in the podcast description, you'll find information on how to sign up and grab a $25 Amazon voucher courtesy of Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest way to get your podcast off the ground. Join over 100,000 podcasters getting their voices heard and sign up using our link today.
With the eyes of an eagle, brain of a fox, touch the rapist.
Yeah,
We're fired up.
yeah.
Well, good eve. Welcome.
Good morrow, young sirs,
Welcome to the bullpen.
and welcome the world.
What's this podcast about?
I think it's supposed to be about. Is it basketball?
I was looking
Basketball?
hockey,
Basketball, yeah.
He-
Rounders,
hacky sack.
Yeah.
hacky sack.
Curling, gotta love a good hacky sack.
Curling.
I had hacky sack before I went to work this morning.
Young man, young man.
Whatever you do in the privacy of your own house is totally up to you.
No, I did it in the garden. So
During the holidays as well.
everyone's business. The kids weren't up then, so it was fine.
Okay.
Is that a euphemism?
No, this I meant what I said.
So we are the bullpen.
Yeah.
A podcast hosted by three of the loveliest
People in the
gentlemen
room.
this side of the Atlantic.
I mean, we're all right, aren't we?
We're not too bad, are we? I don't
Don't
think.
get carried away. We're not.
Not to blow our own trumpet.
Yeah.
Not that I can blow my own trumpet. I'm not Marilyn Manson, but
I haven't got a trumpet to blow at the
Well,
minute.
there you go.
It's in for repairs.
With no Paul Rudd. Oh, that's all I can say.
Paul Rudd. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Doesn't age, does he? Doesn't age.
No.
fine wine.
It's the new Nicolas Cage.
No. No. It's,
He's more consistent.
yeah, he's either here or there.
Yeah.
Never,
And you can't be everywhere.
never good, never
Nicolas
bad.
Cage, good or bad?
Can't be solved. Cannot be solved. Hey, did you know? Showbox, you know, the streaming site.
No.
It's like Netflix, but it's free, basically. Well, it's not. No, it's like Netflix, but better
Okay.
and free, in the sense that me and my partner have loaded up The Office US,
Brilliant.
Community,
Yeah.
Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
and a little show called Those Who Can't. I don't know if you've seen it.
Not heard of it.
It's an American comedy about teachers.
Okay.
It's nowhere to be found on like Netflix or YouTube,
On
but it's
Showbox.
on this Showbox app.
Not as good as Teachers, the Channel 4 series.
It's better. I don't like. Is that the Jack Whitehall?
No.
What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of...
That Bad Education. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which one's Teachers then?
It's,
What's it about? I mean,
I don't know. I can't quite
Believe
put
it
my
or
finger
not.
on it. It's got the dude from that zombie
thing.
program.
That zombie program.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Andrew
yeah.
Lincoln, by any
Andrew
chance?
Lincoln, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln's in it. He's the main dude.
AKA Rick Grimes.
So,
if he walked past me in the street, I wouldn't know.
No?
No,
Would you not?
he's the guy with the placards in Love Actually.
That's
how-
yeah,
that's
he's
how
in
it
Love
works.
Actually as well.
That's going back some years then.
2000, tempted to say 4?
Somewhere around that border.
Well, I don't want to know when it was. So
Well,
just,
Okay.
if you and your missus fancy a sort of, you know, a late night romantic sort of film,
Okay.
Love Actually is actually a very, very good film, I must say.
I'll add it to the list.
Add it to the
Add it to
ever-growing
And,
list.
and Mr. Dring has done the first
Yes, I did. That one sailed over
secret bingo.
your months there, number 9, to start things off.
9.
Do you want to talk what we're doing?
Well,
This week?
we've got the album list of the songs from a band called Fleetwood Mac. I don't know if you've heard of them.
A lesser known band.
Up and coming.
Yeah, I mean, there's rumours that they're all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard things.
And that's the name of the album.
I mean, they do have a lot of sort of dreams, that they want to achieve.
It's all second-hand news.
Yeah.
It is, to be fair.
But yeah, we'll be doing that throughout the show, and
Yeah.
if you can...
Recognise any of the song titles from Rumours
Yeah.
in this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know the album well, then this will be
Yeah.
a
This
fun
will be
game.
easy for you,
And
yeah.
if you don't know what you're doing, you can go your own way.
Oh,
There we go.
so early.
There we go.
Some of these are easier than the others.
They
so,
are,
yeah.
yeah.
So, gentlemen,
So yeah,
what do
let's
we know baseball-wise?
Well,
Well,
the Giants are currently losing,
Yeah.
which is a great start to the episode for me personally.
Isn't how last episode started as well?
It started, you mean to go on, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first episode they lost to your San Diego Padres.
Your San Diego Padres, yeah.
Your San Diego Padres, and now they've carried on the losing streak. 4-1, they've scored.
Yay.
The comeback is on. The comeback is on. Oh, dear,
Sean
we've had-
Ramage has just popped.
we've had a bit of a spillage
Yeah.
over in Teacher Corner.
Shot his wad prematurely
Yeah.
there.
Oh, daddy.
Yeah.
Got to get another one in there. So how are the Red Sox doing then, Mr. Ramage? How are they doing?
well,
this
Why
season so
do
far?
the Red Sox suck?
The perfect man to answer that question.
Well, last year we're trendsetters on the bullpen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the whole of last season we were saying, why do the Red Sox suck? And we were a year early.
We were asking that question
Actually,
in
yeah.
each episode, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've gone to suck
Yeah.
this season, basically.
So
Currently,
let's have a look at their record so far this season.
Yeah, I'll leave it to
They
you.
lost 12-4 to Seattle first game.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Slow start.
Then they won 7-6.
Yep.
The game after that.
It's fine. Yeah.
Also against Seattle. Then they lost 6-5, 10-8 to Seattle.
So they're high-scoring games, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Liverpool last season type game.
Yeah. And then lost 7-0 to Oakland.
Ah, well.
1-0 to Oakland.
Oh, dear.
Beat Oakland 6-3 eventually, and then lost 7-3 to them again.
Oh, God.
Then lost to Arizona 15-8, 5-4. And then finally beat them 1-0. So for actually the first time this season, we've actually
You keep it tight at the back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's all the managers will say.
Yeah. So I think what's gone wrong is that we've been hit out of games early.
You narrowed it down to one thing going wrong.
Yeah, if you were to pinpoint one thing.
Yeah.
Well, you're not winning enough games.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Yeah. The bullpen just isn't doing it this year, and then
Oh, well, I mean, we are, as a bullpen
Oh,
podcast, we are.
yeah, we're
Let's
thriving,
just
yeah.
clarify Boston's bullpen.
yeah.
2019 thriving, aren't we?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and then when you're under that pressure as a hitter, you just there's no chance, isn't it?
Because you're scoring plenty of runs, aren't you? That's the problem. So it's like,
Just keeping the other team out,
yeah.
unfortunately.
I don't know,
Oh, I'm
maybe
sure.
your pitch is thrown with his opposite hand or something by
Could be.
mistake.
I wonder who actually has, after winning the World Series, who's got the worst record the season after. That
That'd
could
be a good stat to try and find out.
We do like a stat, don't
We
we?
do love a stat
Yeah.
attack.
So if you're out there, then please let us. Please get in contact.
We'll probably Jeeves it in this episode,
Yeah.
if we get around to it.
Probably.
Yeah.
So on to your Padres.
Yeah, things are fine. We had a really good.
You did, to be fair. You did.
Good.
Well, you did play us. So
Well,
not to take anything away from you.
yeah, don't want to rain on my
No,
parade, do you?
no,
Don't piss on
no.
my strawberries.
No, absolutely not.
No, we had a 7-game win streak, which was fine. Won 3 series, I believe.
Pretty good job.
Series?
Seasons.
We're 3 seasons, and then we've just gone on a 3-game losing streak at the moment. So we were top of our division. We've been pegged back by the Dodgers, who've got on a streak of their own.
Yeah, but you're only half a game back.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know what? I'm not going to complain because throughout all of last season, we started bottom and finished bottom.
Yeah.
It was just
So
consistent.
this at the minute is improvement.
Massively, yeah.
Obviously, the signing of Mercado.
Mikado,
Machado, I don't quite know how to pronounce it.
Mikado, I don't know. Who really knows anymore? Macado. Macaroon. It's not quite spelled macaroon, is it? That's
just a bit
life's
different.
greatest mysteries.
Just a bit different.
But it's not just that. He has made a difference, a steady difference. He's not come out flying, but he's getting steady runs. But him arriving has allowed the other team, gave the other team a bit of a push.
Do you think him arriving has kind of, because of the name Manny Machado, do you think it's kind of alleviated a bit of pressure more onto him than the rest of the team?
I think there is that. I think also the other guys want to prove that they are worthy of being in that team. They can be in the same team as Machado.
Yeah.
And players like Renfro that have been there a couple of seasons, and Myers,
because the money,
are stepping up.
The money that was, used for that purchase. It's a lot of money, and like you say, they want to prove, we may not be as big a player as him, and worth as much, but we can sure play.
Yeah.
I think it's showing, 11 and 8.
It's like I say, 7-game win streak.
Yeah,
exactly. Don't get many of them in a season, do you?
Well, exactly.
It's not with Mercado and the other players stepping up. We've also had the services of a rookie called Tatis Jr. I forget his first name, and he's just scoring runs for fun, absolutely out of the box. I mean, you don't like to say Rookie of the Year too soon.
Wow.
But I'm going to say Rookie of the Year
gonna
after 14 games.
Nail your colours to the mast.
Maybe not. 19 games. Yep. This is the hill I die on, my friends.
You live by the sword, you die by it.
So, overall, pleased.
I have Jeeves the answer for the worst follow-up.
I wonder why you were quiet.
Yeah, wow.
Quietest you've been all year.
But don't stop.
Hey, this guy.
You make clubbing fun.
Well,
Are we counting that?
I certainly hope I do.
No context.
No.
Yeah. Florida Marlins, 98.
Florida Marlins 98. So what did they finish on after winning the World Series the season before?
Their record after was 54 and 108.
After winning the World Series.
After winning the World Series.
It's quite a
quite
a downfall.
Marl Huhar was still in the team. His name escapes me.
Probably.
That guy. Don't count them out.
Alan Dave.
Alan Davis.
Yeah.
His not well-known career in baseball that won him a world title.
Exactly.
What is his name, Ramage?
I don't know. I was
Jeeves.
The guy.
Yeah. That was
the ex-player. Don't count them out guy.
Well, that was like 20 years ago. It was like, I don't know. I've been asleep since.
I won't let this die.
So, quick fact, without looking at the sheet in front of you, with the standings, who is the only team this season not to win at home?
Oh.
Without looking.
Is that
I can look.
Is it on there?
Well, yeah, it is. It shows you the home and away records.
Okay. Not to win at home?
Only team not to record a home win so far this season. I'll give you a while to stew on it, and we'll come back.
Okay.
Might go for a wild guess now, then. I think. So he was having a really bad season.
Rockies.
Correct. The Rockies. The Rockies have not won at home this season.
If they played at home this year.
They have. They've played 5 at home and lost 5.
They came to our back garden and beat us twice.
Played 11 away and won 4.
Cool.
Which makes no sense, to be fair. Because...
Someone fudged the figures.
Well, they've won none at home, yet they've won 4 away, yet they're on 6 and 12.
Did they play 2 at a neutral location? Barbados.
There was...
I don't quite get that.
There was some games in Japan.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So they might have won 2.
Because I noticed, the Mariners, before opening day even started, had like a 2 games on their record.
Okay. So
I didn't bring it up to start with, but...
So it must be... Did the Mariners play the Rockies?
The Angels played in Japan,
okay.
I believe. Or the A's, which one it was.
A team that play Major League Baseball.
That begins with A.
Letter.
At the start of the alphabet. Or at the end.
Yeah. Or somewhere
in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely in there.
Yeah.
So quick drinks break there.
Yeah.
What are you sampling tonight then, Mr. Drink?
Oh, I'm sticking to what I know. This is what I had last time as well. The Brasserie, the Superior.
Must be French.
Superior beer, I think that
Translates.
roughly translates.
Yeah.
Just a nice little stubby bottle of beer.
Yeah.
No frills.
No.
That'd be
An Aldi brand.
definitely.
I believe. Well, I
Definitely.
should know as I work there.
I had a great time in Aldi yesterday. I bought the twin pack. Well, it comes in I think a pack of 8, but it's the twin packs of waffles with the hazelnut.
Yes.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh baby,
Yeah. Different gravy.
different gravy.
You could talk about it all day.
Could do. And I'll take this chance to talk about this.
You could just waffle on.
Oh, this guy.
He's on it.
This guy.
He's on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you would highly recommend the waffles.
I'll let you in on a trade secret.
Okay.
Bit of jam in between both slices together.
Yeah.
In.
That's
There's
the
a little
secret.
tidbit of knowledge for you there.
That's the secret.
So for you, are Aldi the chain?
Well, no, I'm not, but Tom is. Most certainly.
Are we counting that?
Yeah.
Are we counting that? There's another one ticked off. So what happens when we what happens when we get because presumably we can get the full house all at once.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. I think what's going to have to happen is somebody listens to this a game and says who got the most right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's not going to be because I'm never going back again to this episode.
Oh, just put the lid back on.
It has to do it, don't it?
I
Has
tell
to
you
do
what.
it.
Yeah.
So, not again.
No.
So another stat for you in this week's MLB.
Go on
Joey Votto. You've heard of Joey Votto for the Cincinnati Reds?
then. No, but okay.
Okay. So
Did he play? Did he play NHL?
he's
Does he work in HR?
He's actually one of the janitors down in Bullpen.
Oh,
The one that doesn't talk.
That's why I don't know his name.
Not
You hire him, you don't need to be the mates, do
No,
you?
you don't do like a background
I
check.
mean,
or
you
anything
just
like
go, oi, you get that done.
that. You can whistle to him and he'll
Yeah.
come here. Anyway, so Joey Votto on Wednesday came up to the plate in his 6,829th plate appearance.
Holy
And he
moly.
did something for the very first time in his career. Do you know what it was?
He
Walked
bunted.
off.
Bunted.
It actually surprised me when I read it.
Triples.
I will put you both out of your misery. He popped out to the first baseman.
Okay.
So a pop ball, first
Yeah.
baseman caught it. The first time in 6,829 appearances at the plate that
How
he's
old
ever
is this
done it.
guy?
Joey Votto. I think
30,
he's in his early 30s.
20.
In 6,000 appearances at the plate,
86.
nearly 7,000 appearances to pop
He's
out
pi years old.
for the very first time to the first baseman. I thought I actually looked twice at that. To be fair,
Yeah.
well, that was a
Good
very
little
very weird stat.
Good little start. I like that. I like
It was
the
strange.
weirder the better.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
The weirder the better.
Pre-recording, we discussed one of our favourite players on this podcast. What's happened to Big Sexy?
What's happened to Big Sexy?
Big Sexy Bartolo Colon. I think he's still on the unrestricted free agent. I don't think nobody wants him. Which is a travesty.
we
Absolute
need him, don't we? I think we need him.
We do need a bit of Big Sexy on the bullpen. We do.
Well,
He could do a job in here any day.
Yeah. I mean, if he's available for interview, then we'll certainly take his details and get him on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
there's plenty of room. I mean, he could stay here for a couple of weeks if he isn't actually doing
That
it.
was fine, yeah. Stay in the
Yeah.
pantry for all I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, there's the whole of the sixth floor that nobody's using.
Well, no, because I was going to put my collection of Ming vases in the sixth floor
Oh,
because it's overgrown the art gallery.
okay.
So I'm kind of torn between
He could.
having to build another art gallery next to
Yeah.
it or just knock that one down.
Well, he could practice in case a team was to come after him. If you're going to have the Ming vases.
It depends if the baseball batting fields are both booked up because we let other teams practice.
Yeah.
Because we've been contacted by many teams now
It's-
that want to improve their game.
Yeah.
And so to obviously improve your game, you have to play with the best.
Obviously, they come to us because
Yeah.
we're the best.
Don't want to sort of
And if we've got
conquer
Big
your own
Sexy
horn, do
on,
you?
Well,
got Big Sexy on the payroll, they're going to
Oof, tell you
just
what.
want to be here.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The biggest, sexiest sports star
Ever.
this side of Peter Crouch.
a hunk. A hunk in baseball in terms is.
Strapping.
It's a whole chunk of hunk.
This whole,
He is, bless
this
him.
whole barrel of
How
fun.
old is Big Sexy? Is he
43, as I guess.
43, 44?
Possibly older.
Yeah, possibly in the 60s. Bless him. Bless him.
I like how none of us actually know anything. It's like the best thing ever.
Well, that's what makes this podcast unique.
Yeah.
Is that the people talking don't actually know anything about what they're meant to be talking
No.
about.
Yeah.
I mean, the Atletico Minx podcast maybe mentions 2% of football.
Yeah,
So, there's hope for us, yeah.
there is hope for us.
45. Big Sexy.
45.
Oh, jeez.
His birthday on the 24th of May. So I think
Well,
we need to
I
have
think we'll have to
Big
do
Sexy Day.
Big Sexy Day, yeah.
a podcast special to commemorate the 46th birthday of one of the best pitchers to ever grace MLB.
One of the finest sports stars. Graceful, like a gazelle, like a swan.
Yeah.
You've seen Black Swan. This is better.
I haven't actually seen Black Swan.
No, you have. You have now.
You just don't know you've seen it. You just don't know you've seen it.
Well, I do like Natalie Portman, so I think I would know to see.
It's her and Kunis
Yeah.
having a smooch and the rest.
Okay.
It's a
Smooch.
thriller. Gripping. Only seen it once.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Once enough.
Once enough, yeah.
Brie Larson's directorial debut was pretty decent.
What is it?
It's the Unicorn Store,
Oh, I heard about this.
and it's got Samuel L. Jackson in,
Okay.
The one and only.
and he doesn't say mother flipping once.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I think he's mellowed out in his
Possibly.
old age. Twilight years of his life.
I mean,
Possibly.
it was a quirky little film. I don't know if it'd be everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoyed it.
What do you think the L stands for?
Something.
Okay.
Leandro?
Yeah.
That's something to Google.
Jeeves.
Ask
Limp.
Jeeves.
Lovely. Samuel Lovely Jackson.
Samuel Lamuel Jackson.
Oh dear.
And Leroy.
It can't be.
It can't be Leroy.
It's
It's not Leroy.
Oh, just pop me Lee.
Leroy Jackson!
No way on earth. That man's middle name is Leroy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Leroy Jenkins?
I have.
According to
How
Wikipedia,
good is
it's
that?
Samuel Leroy Jackson, born
Wikipedia.
December 21st, 1948.
Leroy Jenkins. I'm sure there's a character from Borderlands with that name as well.
Leroy Jenkins.
One of the psycho characters.
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, God.
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 3, to be fair.
Yeah.
I didn't play. I played the first two, didn't complete them.
I completed the first one and then got stuck into most of the DLC.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed most of that game.
Mm.
Second one, I enjoyed the story far more than the DLC.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since the second one.
Yeah.
A long time.
Between the
There's
second
been-
and the third.
There's
It's
been
been
the pre-sequel, whatever it is, and the
yes.
Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack,
whatever it
yes.
is.
Yeah.
There's the Tales of the Borderlands as well.
Chronicles, was it?
It was the same team that did the Walking Dead story game.
Yes,
and the Lord of
the
Rings.
Telltale Games, was it?
Telltales, yeah.
Yeah. Have they since gone
Like a flannel in a cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a deck of cards? Just
Well, I watched a video about that. They put all their eggs into one basket pretty much, and they've not made nearly as much money as they.
Is that the Walking Dead what they put it all into?
Yeah, but they'd also bought licenses for, I believe, the event. No, Gods of the Galaxy, I think.
Right. Okay.
Um,
And they didn't have enough.
it's just gone to part. They expanded their company
Yeah.
to take all these projects on,
Didn't.
and it is nothing's just so they've had to release all the new staff basically that they've already set on.
Really.
Crazy
Quite
turn of
sad.
events.
Yeah, that's it. Quite sad.
But how about the Notre Dame, eh?
We?
On fire. Well, it was on fire. It's not anymore.
No.
Quite terrible, that, to be fair.
Mm.
Something that's been around 800 plus years.
Yeah.
Just in the blink of an eye, really.
As a big fan of the old cathedral, yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Did the question I want to know is, did Quasimodo make it out alive?
See, what you're doing here is you're mixing up fiction with reality. I mean, Easter Bunny, real. Quasimodo, not.
Tooth Fairy, real.
Yeah.
So
Goes without saying.
I found many a pound on Monday's Mackerel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that one sail over. Sail over the
Oh, is
water.
that tumbleweed? Oh.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of pounding.
That would be you all over, Mr. Drink. Mr. Ramage, sorry. Not to slander you, Mr. Drink.
Probably would be Mr. Drink as well, with his lovely, sexy
Drink
name.
a lovely young boy.
So people know who I am.
Yes.
Just know who they're talking to.
Well, because you never know, you might mix him up with David Jarvis, and that would be.
I think your life's over at that point.
He's a good friend of the show, people.
Yeah, he does take a joke well.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So what are we? What's the scores in the old Giants game?
Scores on the doors.
Look at my own phone.
Bear with.
Are there any teams that we haven't actually mentioned today as well?
Well, Tampa Bay flying.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Playing
Under
tonight
the
as
radar.
well. Playing the Orioles tonight.
Under the Tampa Bay radar.
Blue Jays, yeah. I think they've already beaten the Red Sox this season, I think, so we won't mention them again.
Okay.
The Phillies with Bryce Harper in their lineup now, playing the Rockies, who again have yet to win at home.
It's a very close division, that one at the top.
It is, to be fair.
Couple of teams in contention. 4 teams in contention there.
Yeah,
essentially.
the Nationals aren't far back, are they?
Well, they've just played San Francisco, so they're always going to win it.
2.5 games back in 4th. That's really close.
Yeah.
And the Marlins are just...
They're just taking it steady.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
That's the fella.
Yeah, don't write him off.
Didn't have to Google him.
The one who was on the end of the... when the Florida Marlins won the World Series.
The big boy.
He was on the losing side that year.
Was he?
Did he then join after?
Well, he's always a Yankees player. It's just after he's retired that he's become a...
Oh, I thought he played for the Marlins at some point.
I don't
Hence
think
why is he so, like, big, veiny boner for him?
because they pay him to do a job.
Could he have?
What is his job for them?
Could he have
So
sort
like
of
the general manager or something.
shares in the actual franchise?
Yeah, that's why I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah. I always assumed he'd play for him if he...
I thought you meant Giancarlo Stanton, but that would have been years after.
Yeah.
No,
Juan Carlo.
Juan Carlo.
Gene Carlo. Do you want to play me a game?
I'd love to play your
Have
game.
to.
It's a little bit different to the last one.
Oh, Derek Jeter's middle name is Sanderson, by the way.
Not Leroy.
No,
Right.
can't be Leroy.
Right.
So your game.
This
Okay.
game,
Okay.
I'm going to give you 4 objects. You have to tell me in order of heaviest to lightest. Okay? Very simple.
Well, it sounds simple.
So, number 1, an adult common marmoset.
Okay.
Number 2, the EU, the maximum amount of liquid per container you can take on an EU flight.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 3, an average stick of dynamite with the cardboard tube.
Yep. Okay.
The old
Yep.
one,
Yep.
imagine. Number 4, an imperial pint of beer.
Okay.
There you 4. So, heaviest to lightest, or lightest to heaviest, whichever you prefer.
Marmoset the heaviest.
Yeah, I would say that.
Dynamite. Pint. EU liquid.
No.
Was that close?
I think you got
Okay.
one in the right place.
So, marmoset, pint, container, dynamite.
No.
I all said one right.
Was that from heaviest to...
Heaviest to dynamite.
Do you want to know? Heaviest is a pint of beer, imperial.
Nice.
566 millilitres.
Imperial, of course.
Not US.
No.
Did say Imperial.
Yeah, you did.
Second is the Marmoset. That's 260 grams.
That's Dynamite.
Dynamite is 190
And 100.
and 100 millilitres per container.
Cool.
Did you learn something today
I did.
from the really good bullpen weight game?
What is a marmoset?
It's a type of
marsupial.
marsupial, something like that. Yeah, you can get a standard one, which is the common one.
Yeah.
You can upgrade to the.
Oh, is that-
Upgrade to a platinum.
Is that
which doesn't
with
include
its
the-
endless
which
perks.
doesn't
Is that-
include the DLC.
is that like the shop in Nottingham where you can buy half-price children?
What shop's that?
What is that?
Yeah. I was fucking.
Why are they half price?
I don't know.
They got a sale on. No, what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
Are they ginger?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
say
for
that?
American listeners, there is a shop that sells like camping gear and equipment called Black's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I think it's because it was set up by Mr. Black.
Or Mrs. Black.
Or yeah,
Yeah. Let's
Or
not. We're only
a-
29-19 now.
or somebody of a non-determinate gender.
Yeah. Or race.
Yeah.
Creed.
Mm.
Colour.
Yeah. So yeah, outside there the other day it just said something like all half-price kids or something. I've put it up on the Twitter if you.
You'll have to retweet it, because I think I actually did see it, but I think you have to see it to appreciate
Without
it.
context, this is
Yeah.
an amazing
I'll,
point you've raised.
Yeah.
Price kids.
Half price kids. I mean, do you just go around and like just select which one you want?
Wow.
I'll have little Jimmy. I'll have over there who's ginger.
Mm. I go for the.
Yeah.
The,
Better than half-price kids.
Better than half price.
They don't sell half price kids, they sell something better.
Yeah.
What do they sell?
I don't know.
Free kids.
What can be better than half price kids?
It's a small list.
Well, jeez.
Hopefully they just mean baby goats, and then or
Tiny Brian's.
Yeah. Then yeah. I just walked past and I was just like, hang on, what's this? So I had to take a photo because nobody believed me. In fact, I think people still don't.
Did you pop in?
No.
Hmm.
Yeah. McDonald's was next door, so I went in there.
So if I had the option to buy a half price kid,
Yeah.
I'll buy the one that's covered in gold.
Yeah.
So that one day that kid
Become
will
a
get to be a gold dust woman.
Yes. Get in there.
Back of the net. It's a hard fixture out of the
Straight
way.
in the onion bag.
That's away at Chelsea out of the way. That's the tough fixture.
Oh dear.
Hey, what's happening to Brighton these last few weeks?
Well, they've got one of the most useless managers.
Ooh. Nah, you've sang his praises before, I know.
No, I haven't.
You have.
No, he was an awful Norwich manager, and he's an awful.
Did he get you in the Premiership?
No,
Premier League.
we were already there.
Okay. Did he take you out of the Premier League?
Yes.
A lot of people get like antsy about Premiership, Premier League.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know what you mean. A lot of people are like,
Yeah,
Premier
I know
League,
somebody
Premier
that that's calls it the Barclays. I don't know whether that's just.
It used to be sponsored by Barclays.
I know,
Did use for the
but-
Barclays, yeah.
No, they just call it the Barclays.
Yeah.
The Barclays.
Mm.
Well, it's fair enough.
I suppose it's like people that call condoms Durex.
Yeah. Or tissues, Kleenex.
Kleenex, yeah.
Or sticky tape, sellotape.
Sanitating,
Yeah. Tannoys,
Mm-hmm.
public address systems,
Ta-da.
Hoovers.
Vacuums.
Yeah. That's an endless list,
I
isn't
know
it?
the list could go on.
Yeah. Most, I think, are American brands as well, aren't they? So.
I think so. I don't know actually.
Or people call it the Dyson as well. You go Dyson.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the product.
Yeah.
Not even close, pal.
No.
Not even the same street. You're down the road.
Unless it is Dyson Street.
Or road.
Yeah.
No cul-de-sacs, please. Not that stupid, are we? I want a through road. No dead ends.
Yeah. Chris Hughton is just not very good at in a crisis.
Mm.
Just doesn't seem to have a plan B.
Well, they weren't in a crisis, but they were
No.
steady. They were
Yeah.
FA Cup semi-final.
They've just
Things were fine.
yeah. They've just kind of fell off a cliff, haven't they?
They've not really lost spectacularly, have they?
Yeah.
It's always been 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
But
He just
lost.
doesn't have a plan B. That's his problem. It's like when things are going to get a bit rocky, what does he do?
Mm.
He waits at least 85 minutes to make a substitution. And
Can I
that's
make
still-
a wild sort of speculation?
What's that?
He loses his job.
Yeah.
Joey Barton keeps it back in the league. Knocks out that defender that they got. Gross misconduct.
Lewis Dunk.
I like Donkey.
Donkey.
Just a quick break in
Do they
play.
defunct
Sorry. The Giants have 2 bases on in top of the 9th. They're down by 2.
Mm.
So a home run now possibly wins it.
Wow.
They pulled a run back in the top of the 9th.
We had a game like that against, I think it was, let me just have a quick look at the currency, Susan. The Diamondbacks, I think it was. And we'd gone 1 run ahead, in like the 8th inning. And then they, in the 9th, had bases loaded, guy up to bat, and we had to make a double play to win that game.
I think I've seen the
It was just outrageous.
clip of that. Yeah,
Might not have been the Diamondbacks, but it was definitely one of the last couple of games.
I think I did see
It's
it.
that kind of grit that just you think.
Yeah, just determination to
Yeah.
get you over the line. Yeah.
Last season, that goes the other way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's out at the park,
Mm.
and you can see 4 runs.
Tell you what you need to talk about.
Right.
Your team Mammoth game a couple of days ago.
Oh, the 18 inning.
18 innings.
18
2 games in one.
innings. Unbelievable.
Get your money's worth there, don't you?
Absolutely unbelievable.
Did they have a 14-inning stretch?
I'm trying to find it now. I can't remember what day it
Were
was.
people still
Yeah,
there?
Saturday, I think, wasn't it?
They actually played. Yeah, they
It
played.
was. Yeah, it was Saturday.
They played the same day as well.
Right,
They played literally the
Friday.
same day.
So it went over to Saturday.
I'm trying to find it.
It might have
It
been.
would
Yeah.
have started Friday there, but it finished.
I'm sure I was watching the game
Yeah, it was Friday. You're right. Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, but then it
18
finished at
innings.
like 2:30 Saturday afternoon.
Jesus.
It
How long was that game then?
was
5
like,
hours?
I was kind of exaggerating a little bit. But it was like-
Who's to know?
I'm trying to have a look now, see if it tells you how long it actually went on.
Exactly.
So it finished 48 minutes after midnight on Saturday morning, US time. Went for 5 hours and 35 minutes. That's quite crazy.
I mean, what have you got left in the tank at that point? With a pitcher, especially.
Exactly.
It's almost as long as the New Transients gig.
Almost. But I've been known to play for weeks.
Yeah.
Without, you know.
I thought I'd get you a little plug in there.
Well.
Especially for your Songbird lead singer.
Oh,
Bingo!
Full House.
Full House.
Full House.
He does it again.
Yeah.
No stopping this man.
Uh,
I'd say it would be a more fun game with this.
that's how.
It's hard to do with us playing along, but I think if we did these, like we snuck them in
Yeah.
and didn't react to it, I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah, you just take
Obviously,
it off
you've
the
got
list
them
of
wrote down, haven't you? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
because the listeners like, ooh, ooh. Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Yep, they have got
Got
one.
it.
They have.
Yeah. But I think we're so proud of ourselves that we've actually done something. You can't help but react.
One day. One day.
So the Giants couldn't get over the line and they finished 4-2
Well,
to the Washington Nationals.
Going
Bases
on.
loaded in the White Sox Tigers game, bottom of the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
7 all.
Yeah, 7 all.
Desmond. 7-7.
Is this going to go into an 18 inner?
I doubt it, to be fair.
It's going to be at least 25.
I think it started a bit slow, they're a bit low, to be fair.
What would happen if you literally just went through your bullpen?
Do you recycle it?
You keep going for your bullpen.
Is it similar to like penalty shootouts? You just go back to
Yeah.
the start?
Yeah, I assume so.
Has that ever happened? It must have done.
Yeah. I guess back in the oldie days,
Hmm.
they would have had like a second baseman that could step up.
Mm.
Like Babe Ruth was known to pitch an inning or 12.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not like... Isn't it weird that it's not so much now, but goalkeepers up until probably the last couple of years are awful with their feet. And you think, as a kid, or at least in training, that you had some practice of kicking a football.
Yeah.
Like that is a prerequisite of playing football.
Yeah, you'd have thought so.
And it's like they've always looked useless with their feet
Yeah.
until sort of your latest crop of.
I think it's a German thing. They
Mm.
like to have a high goalkeeper because they like to have a high defence, don't they?
Mm.
Yeah.
So your goalkeeper's got to be able to use the.
Yeah, they like the 11th man, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Which is years of the keepers being just awful.
Yeah.
Kicking
I was
the ball.
reading a thing recently about women goalkeepers,
Mm.
and that they literally didn't have like a specialist like goalkeeper coach until like 2 or 3 years ago,
Mm.
and they just
Learn, yeah.
and they just had to train with the outfield players, just doing outfield things. So,
That's crazy, though.
yeah,
Sticking between
completely
the
different.
goalpost.
yeah.
Completely different
But
job.
then again, I guess it's down to money and being able to get the coaches.
Mm.
Until recently, Chris Kirkland was the assistant manager of Liverpool, so he. No,
Is that why they're so bad this season?
Well, mid-table, I think.
Has he still got his cap on?
Chris
He's quit recently to concentrate on his academy.
Mm.
So,
The Chris Kirkland Academy.
what more did you want?
Do you think there should be a bullpen podcast academy where we train the future bullpen?
Upcoming
Well,
sports talk.
you're not allowed within like 300 foot of schools, so I don't think it'd work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slander, that.
I thought it was 400.
Half a mile.
Yeah.
So, gets me a bit closer.
2 miles.
Oh, well, they don't know where I heard them. Happy go incognito.
Yeah.
Speaking of incognito,
He does
Ian Cognito, the comedian. Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah, was it Monday? Just over the weekend, I think.
Or was it him?
It was someone
Yeah.
under the
Pseudonym of Ian
radar,
Collins.
yeah. Not someone I've heard of, though, much.
No, but a lot of comedians were like saying how kind of influential it
Yeah.
was.
Apparently he was a difficult man to be around, but he meant well.
Yeah.
He didn't sort of sugarcoat what he said. He was like,
Straight to the point.
yeah, if he didn't like you, he'd tell you. If he didn't like your act, he'd tell you. Yeah, literally that on stage.
Sounds a bit
His
like-
crowd thought it was an act for about 5 minutes. Because
Wow.
just prior to this, I think his joke was, imagine if you had a stroke and woke up Welsh, speaking Welsh or something like that. And he sat in his chair and leaned back. And it was about 5 minutes had passed of like laughing here and there with the crowd
But he had actually died.
before someone sort of was like, hang on a minute,
It's not quite right.
this guy's not moving.
This guy is just.
How bad's that? How bad do you feel after that? You just sat and laughed at someone for 5 minutes while they died on stage. Heavy.
That's crazy.
Tommy Cooper's the most famous one. to
Yeah,
die.
big
So-
time.
Yeah, he passed around stage. didn't he?
Curtain came down, didn't it? Was he still lent on something, I think it was?
I can't remember.
I think so.
Was he lent on something when the thing went down?
Yeah.
There was
That was on TV as well.
yeah. There was one of the guitarists of Machine Head died. He did die. He's still alive, but he had like a stroke or like a maybe a heart attack on stage.
Really?
That might have been an aneurysm, and he was like perched, sort of back to the crowd with his foot on the amp, like he was a guitarist, so he was like that, and everyone just assumed because it's like
listener.
to the listener, he was like this. You got it. And to the crowd, it's like, oh, he's playing this amazing solo, and it's like, hang on,
Is it?
he's
he
not
alright?
moving at all.
Just goes to show that it can happen at any time, at any place, to anyone. I mean, you look at all these footballers and athletes, not just footballers, but athletes in general who, I mean, the obvious one for me to bring up is Fabrice Muamba
Big time, yeah.
for Bolton. I think he was against Tottenham, at White Hart Lane.
Mm.
And I think I remember watching the game. I think it was an FA Cup game, I think it was.
I'm not too
It was
sure.
on terrestrial TV, I think. And all of a sudden he just collapses on the pitch, and one of them surreal moments, like you thought. I think he actually did die for a brief period of time, he did actually pass away, and
He's
obviously
like really lucky that there was like a
there was I think there was an off-duty paramedic, heart surgeon or something actually in the crowd on that particular day,
Christ.
and he saw what had gone off and sprinted onto the pitch, and obviously that in turn saved his life. And you just see so many like sports athletes and stuff have these things happen to them, and it's crazy, crazy to be fair.
But it's because of that the sort of what's the little machine called
Defibrillator.
that they've been installed in more sort of
Well,
the standard now.
Yeah, they have to be.
telephone boxes and stuff.
A lot of them have been converted into them, which makes sense, because it's so prevalent now that they can happen literally anywhere at any time. So.
And it's because of that. I mean, it might be different to people that sort of later generations, but as us living through it, we now know what one looks like.
Yeah.
And the repercussions of having one, that you sort of instantly know where in your place of work that one is.
I nearly said they're dead simple to use.
Oh.
But yeah, they're really
Time and a place.
I know.
James.
It's just
Shocking
like,
behaviour.
I know. It's just like
Called for.
it's just like a figure of speech, isn't it? And you like half think, hang on, no, that I shouldn't say that.
But then you say it anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, they're really easy to use because they literally take you through the
it tells you literally how to do it.
Yeah, this is what you do next, and then you get the hell of the way out of the way while it chops
Move.
first.
Shift.
Is it where you have to take off the jewellery and whatnot?
Yes, and if women are wearing a bra as well,
The wired one.
the wide one, you have to take it off as well.
And is it tattoos tend to burn as well, something like that?
I can imagine so. If you've got a tattoo on the chest area, I can imagine that to be quite painful
That's
afterwards.
something I've heard.
Yeah, somebody without tattoos that doesn't bother me.
Likewise, you're the only person.
I'm
in
the
this
one that burns to
establishment.
death, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm alive.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It is.
It's the risk you take, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Let me just check how that game finished.
Is it
Oh,
finished?
Detroit actually won it. Oh, I'm sorry, not won it. They scored 2 runs.
See, it was at the bottom of the 9th. I've got bottom of the 8th. I've got on my
The eighth.
one of my many screens in the office.
Quite a lot of
Does
hits
it matter
in
that
game as
I'm
well.
actually drinking Tiger?
It's an omen.
Or is it?
Maybe you should start wearing red socks.
Maybe. I mean, I've got ones purple and grey and black ones.
Maybe I should walk into the sound of Rag and Bone Man and Calvin
Maybe
Harris.
you should just
I am a giant.
start beefing up.
Yeah.
Let's start eating sweet corn.
Coming on stilts. Tom's bigger than normal.
Giant-esque.
Oh,
And yeah, maybe you should like go to
Bring me
a
May.
monastery. Yeah. Get thee to a monastery.
I like that one.
Thank you.
This is my mate San Diego.
Saint.
Diego.
What's the English?
St. George.
No,
David, probably, isn't it?
Diego.
Patron saint of what?
No, I mean like the English equivalent of
Translation.
Diego.
It's going to be David, isn't it? And you've actually done.
No, I don't know.
Daniel.
And you've
David,
accidentally gone.
Daniel, David.
Pick my place of.
Dennis.
And you've actually gone to David.
It might even be with a D. It might be like
Might be Rodney or something like that.
might be Hugo.
Hugo.
Rodney.
Or Barry.
Jim.
Clive. Eric.
Saint Eric. Welcome, your Saint Eric Badrace. Anything close to the answer?
So while it can be said, depending on which theory you believe, that Diego can be translated into English as James, it can also be seen as the equivalent of Jacob, Jake, and Jim.
Jim, I said Jim.
Jim
McDonald.
Jim McDonald.
There we are. It all comes
Saint,
full circle.
Saint
doesn't
Jim McDonald.
it? Yeah.
Saint Jim.
You're,
He's
you're,
a regular listener, I've heard.
you're Saint Jim McDonald Padres.
He's a regular listener.
To other baseball podcasts.
But he is coming round. So he's got so many to listen to.
Yeah.
He will actually come round to us at some point.
Yeah.
He has gave us that. He gave us his word. on
And
that.
talking about being trendsetters on the theme of the Red Sox sacking, after we set up this podcast, there's at least 2 English baseball podcasts that have started up since us, isn't there?
It's true.
Yeah.
Absolute bunts, I think.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to those guys doing well.
Yeah, and then
doing absolute
Bit-
bits.
Absolute bits.
is it bitch in baseball?
Yeah, bitchy baseball, I think, is.
Not heard of that one.
I think
Yeah,
I've seen it.
uh,
So,
yeah, with the two young ladies, women, people.
give them a shout out
Yeah.
at bitchy baseball.
Hmm.
They actually know their stuff as well.
Yeah,
It's quite scary.
yeah.
So not as funny as ours then.
No.
No.
But the thing is Absolute Bunts came in with exactly the same premise as us, didn't they? We don't know anything.
No.
And the thing
They
is,
know even less.
Yeah.
and I think they probably know more now, but we've stuck to our guns and said,
We've stayed at the same level.
yeah,
Yeah.
why do you need to know about baseball?
You keep it consistent.
Yeah.
You start showing off.
Yeah,
That's it.
nobody will respect you.
No one. No one likes a smart Alec.
No. Or an averagely intelligent Dave.
Or a really thick Simon. I've said it.
You've said it.
Yeah, big size isn't going to help with Blakey for saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Hugh Si?
Oh dear.
Indeed.
Not feeling that one.
No.
Okay.
Any other news to
Well,
give us?
are we still reading over the VAR performance of last night's?
Yes.
Soccer
That was,
game?
Soccer.
Crazy
That's probably,
game.
probably
Crazy.
one of the greatest Champions League matches, I think.
Yeah.
Arguably in history, I think. Can you imagine though if I mean I don't know about VAR, you know. I mean I'm very much on the fence about it. I mean, if that had been, let's say, Newcastle for example, and we had been Tottenham in that instance where Man City had scored the late goal and they'd been offside, I would want VAR. But I kind of.
It's always going to be the same that you want it in favour of your
There's going to be one team who it goes against and one team that it doesn't. That's how it's going to work.
Well, then how does it work with who decides to review it? Or is it just...
But that's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing. I mean,
Is it just that every time does it take one of the captains to be like, hang on, ref, can we check that, please?
Well,
is it in the
Like,
term?
it's got to be either a limited
yeah.
amount of challenges like in
It's
tennis.
a bit like cricket as
yeah,
well.
cricket you have 2 challenges.
2 challenges per match.
Tennis is 3 per
Three
set,
per-
isn't
three
it?
per s- is it 3 per set?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
3
then you
each.
get an extra one if it goes into a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Mm.
But like I say, I mean, I don't know how that works. I mean, like, does the captain go up and say, you know, we've had a sort of talk together. We'd like to appeal that. We'd like to challenge it.
Because if it is
Yeah.
that, then it's literally going to be every 2 minutes. Oh, we'll check this then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think proper hockey has a similar system for international matches.
And what about grass hockey? Only be described as the look of death.
Yeah.
From my
The
co-commentator.
Medusa stare
Mm.
across the room.
Yeah, and that seems to work. And that is actually a harder game to like keep a close eye on than
Yeah, because they're all on skates. Move so fast.
Yeah. But yeah, when there's loads of sticks and feet around
Nice.
and balls,
Nice in pucks.
it's quite hard to actually see what's going on.
Well, that's
Yeah.
before Gritty's entered the stage. Oh. Did you see his response on Twitter? I mean, is an online presence of a comedy god that mascot has. His Twitter account is hilarious.
No, I've not seen it. No.
But it might have been today or yesterday. Kim Kardashian West has applied to be a lawyer. I
She
believe.
has. Yep, she has.
And she put on Twitter today that she's passed her first exam.
Has she?
To Gritty's response, "Oh, the brains and the beauty." A love heart emoji. Oh god,
Oh, bless him.
it was a cracking. I mean, whoever came up with that.
Gritty. He's the Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
I believe so. Yeah, big orange, fun
Thing.
fun guy.
Like a
You're just so jealous that you're not.
furry Mr. Blobby.
I think we all are jealous.
Yeah.
There's a bit of Gritty in all of us.
Whatever you say, David. Whatever you say.
Hey, Ramage, have you finished watching the rest of season 5 yet? Of Arrested Development?
No. I've been busy.
Have you watched any of the second half?
Not yet, no.
Do you intend to watch any of the second half?
Maybe.
He's a very busy man.
I'm very busy.
Yeah.
Very busy eating his scones
Yeah.
Scones.
and showing me his big badge.
I was wondering.
I wonder where you're going then with that.
Yeah.
I'm currently catching up on Game of Thrones, I must say.
Catching up.
Yeah, I am. I got a Now TV 7-day pass.
Hmm.
I'm currently halfway through season 5. So I've got another, I think, 4 days to watch 2 seasons.
I don't think I've seen the end of episode 3 yet.
It takes a while to get into, I must say. But I mean, I remember when it first came out, I saw the sort of trailer to come out for it, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my sort of thing." So I'm into that sort of program.
Yeah.
And at the time,
It's like the Hooters of TV, isn't it? There's lots of chicken in it.
there's lots of killing, swearing, and sex.
There's lots of birthday parties.
Yeah. But yeah, we had Sky, and I caught up to where obviously it was. Obviously, they had the break between seasons, and we got rid of Sky, and I've lost it since then. So I'm like probably 2 or 3 seasons behind at the minute. I'm trying to plough through them.
I did give it a real good go to get into, and I have to say I couldn't.
Yeah,
I struggled through season 1.
Yeah.
It
I
does.
think
It's not a medium that's.
it was. I think
I'm
it
not
was,
a fan of like you love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not really.
it was sold to me on the premise that, oh, you like medieval history, don't you? And it's like, well, yeah, but this ain't it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Someone at work asked me if I watched it, and I was like, well, I have, but it's not my cup of
Not your
Ribena.
Yeah.
And
then people were like, how dare you?
well, then
Yes.
she'd not
Yeah.
seen Anna Eve. She was like, I'm
Yeah.
tempted to get into it. She goes, what's it about? And I says, where do I start? She goes, is it a bit like Lord of the Rings? I says, yeah, but with tits.
yeah.
And yeah, so
There is a dwarf in it.
More incest.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. Can you say spoiler alert after you said the thing?
No, doesn't count.
I'm not editing it the other way around.
No, that's fine.
You can die on that hill, Ravage.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I can hear them now coming up the street.
Charging at you.
Tiki torches.
Like Zulus. Coming over the Fisher Park.
Oh,
I don't know.
nice knowing you.
Well, I don't care.
So you've been Game of Thrones, haven't you?
I've been Game of Thrones for the past 2 days, yeah. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't like it, so that gives me free reign to binge.
Oh,
I don't have to wait for her to like catch up. Oh, you can't watch that without me.
That is
I
the
can. Same with Breaking Bad. She didn't watch that, so I binged that, and now I'm binging this as well. So
good
yeah,
man.
I'm getting there.
Good man.
I need to catch up on Walking Dead as well. I'm miles behind on that. Obviously, with the power of social media, I know what goes off.
That's the only downside.
That's the issue.
I've seen so many spoilers of Game of Thrones for this season,
Yeah,
and I didn't even watch it, and I'd be
I haven't.
furious.
I'm trying to not. If I see a picture of Game of Thrones, I just scroll quickly past it. So I know it's going to come with a load of comments and a big headline that I don't want to read. Because I'm so far behind. But that's, like I say, social media. You can't help but.
I did my
see
best
it.
to like block out the Masters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not a golf fan. So
Well, if you're not a golf fan, you're not a golf fan.
I think the endless tiger love of Sky Sports got a bit grating after a bit.
yeah.
It's clear they wanted to win.
I can understand why they wanted him to win. Obviously, the sort of stuff that he's been through, but that's not.
There were other
Yeah,
golfers
Yeah.
into the mix.
I like-
Molinari is a good golfer, and he got mentioned maybe once or twice.
Well, yeah, he fell off a cliff, didn't he? Really.
Well, literally, I would watch
Well,
that.
in golfing terms,
Still
yeah,
finished in the top few as well. It's remarkable.
Yeah, I think he was on his, last 4 holes. I think he found the water twice, and that he was joint leader with, I think it was Woods and was it Bryson DeChambeau, I believe, and he just fell like 4 shots back, and it just you could see it on his face. I mean, I was watching it live at the time, and his face was one of them faces where it's absolutely killed him.
Yeah.
For that. But obviously, you can't show any sort of emotion in that. But you just saw it in his face. It was like that's.
You look spent.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Mr. Arambo Aramaj? What have you been watching these days?
Not
Apart from your scones.
not much.
You
really.
big badge.
Your huge badge that you keep
Whack
showing
up
me.
Badge. What have you been watching?
Yeah, I've just been more or less on a diet of cricket.
Diet of cricket and
Yeah.
scones.
Mm.
I can't say much more than that.
So where have you been this week?
Since I broke up from my Easter holidays, I've
Easter holidays.
yeah.
Didn't know you were at school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I've worked with one of them. Yeah, I've just been at Trent Bridge for like 6 days. It's been
You've not been home?
no, I've moved into Trent Bridge. I mean, they don't know.
Literally the troll under the bridge.
yeah.
So
The Gruffalo.
The monk. Ruffalo.
um,
The cricket.
yeah. Well, the big news in the cricket
There was
world.
a better joke in there. Well, I was thinking of what came out, two different things.
The big news in the cricket world is that today Sri Lanka announced
They've gone independent.
the World Cup squad,
Oh,
and they've left out Dick Weller.
They've left out who? Dick
Richard
Weller?
Wellington to you and me.
Niroshan Dick Weller.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a decent player. He's 22.
In relation to Paul.
Oh, no, not Paul. I know he's a bit like.
That tickled me.
Yeah, I know he's like not known as the most socially singers, but you can't call Paul Weller a dick.
Oh, what's the haircut?
Just did. It's on record.
It's the Albanian bus driver
To
haircut
be
he's
fair,
had all
no.
his life.
I've heard on good authority from the Star Council that you're in a jam now.
Oh, the Star Council, yeah. Who were the other members? Bruce Foxton was the drummer, I
I
think.
thought you were going to say Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce Foxton. Dr. Fox. It's a weird band. Nice to see
Don't
you.
forget, Dr. Fox is cancelled.
Mm. Is he a doctor?
No.
He's just a really clever chap. Is his real name? It can't be Dr. Fox. That can't, that's not a real name, is it?
No.
Nigel.
Neil?
Yeah.
Neil Fox.
That sounds
Neil
about
Fox.
right.
He was a music producer.
Could be Neil. Yeah.
DJ.
DJ, was he?
Radio DJ.
Radio
Rock.
DJ.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't want to rock DJ.
Mm.
Do you know doctors aren't actually real doctors?
Whoa, mindfuck? What?
Hang on,
Yeah.
Raj.
Doctors,
What did you just say?
if you're a doctor,
Yeah.
you're not actually a doctor.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see where this one goes.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to university
Yeah.
and you get your degree and
Yeah.
then you PhD
Yeah.
and then you get your doctorate,
Yeah.
then you're actually a proper doctor. But doctors aren't actually proper academic doctor. But they're allowed to use the title.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Mm.
Because that was a bit like, if you're a doctor, you're not a doctor.
It's a big headline to start with.
Yeah.
It's the
Glad you
Daily
cleared
Mail
that
of all headlines.
Yeah.
That's got me turning to page
So yeah,
3.
you should go to, if you want statins, you should go to a university and get out one of them
Hmm.
rather than go to your local GP practice.
So I think next time what you're saying is that if I go for like a little checkup
Go to
and
your
they
university.
say, okay, you can come through now, and I'll say, hold on. I just want to see your doctorate real quick, just to make sure you're what you say you are.
Yeah,
That's when I get.
Just to clarify that,
Yeah.
say,
yeah, they're all quacks. Quite literally.
Stop ducking around.
Yeah. I'm going to just put that on the bill.
Oh, well. Well.
I mean, these jokes are available on the web feed.
I'm not having that one. I'm not having that one.
it's getting late.
That's a foul. That's a foul throw.
Getting late.
We're just goosing around.
Goosing, yeah.
Have we got anything that we should have a gander at?
Uh,
Not on my end. I don't know about you, lovely chaps.
no, I'm just going to quickly plug the band.
Absolutely, yeah.
A development in proceedings.
You've got some Ryan gigs.
Got some gigs coming.
Rodri gigs.
Rodri. Not Ryan.
Oh,
He's the cheap. I don't
Loyalty is dead.
It's a good advert.
Such
Does
a,
tickle my side.
yeah, such a good advert.
So, from May the 28th, we play the Maze in Nottingham. Again, repeat offenders.
Mm-hmm.
May the 30th, we will be playing, and this is a maybe. This is a 75% chance. Just waiting for confirmation.
More yes than no.
But I will touch wood.
That's not wood.
No one else knows I can't read. Well, they do now. Touch my penis.
Just the sound of that. Maybe.
If your penis sounded like that, you need to go to see a doctor.
A real doctor.
Make sure you check their doctorate.
Got it, yeah.
But before they check you, check them.
That's a great motto.
I like that.
That's a great motto.
Put it out there. Sorry,
where was that? May 30th.
Yes.
At the Garrison Bar in Mansfield.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
I've not been there myself.
No, I haven't.
The Mr. Garrison Bar.
Mr. Garrison.
Obviously a Peaky Blinder inspired
Yeah.
establishment.
Tiny boozer, so I'm not sure how that's going to go down.
Very good series if you haven't watched it.
June the 7th, we are playing a venue in Sheffield, name of which escapes me. It's a little studenty type place.
Okay.
Member of the band was at uni in Sheffield, so he knows the haunts.
That's the day before the Queen's birthday. So.
Yep.
I'll bear that in mind.
And I've already forgotten, to be fair. And then from June 10th to June 12th, we recorded an album.
Brilliant.
Okay.
So that's time off work to do more work.
Yeah.
And then June...
Guest vocals from Cher as well.
Well, we asked Sonny, and
It was like,
no answer.
can't make it that day.
Come on.
That's Paul Weller.
I don't think I can now. I think that bridge is burnt.
Yeah. Paul Simon?
As long as he calls me Al. June the 14th, we are playing the Black Market again.
Brilliant. In Warsaw.
So, yeah, in Warsaw.
Wow.
So, 4 gigs in 18 days.
Yeah.
With
As
a little
well as an
recording.
album recording in the middle. Brilliant.
Like a little sandwich feel. Like a little potted dog
Yeah.
with 2 slices.
Have you got the songs sorted for the album? Do you know what you're going to be?
7 of the 8
Okay.
are
New
like...
material.
Are they all new material or are they a bit of a mix and match?
It is a mix.
Okay.
I won't disclose the ratio.
No, of course.
Well, I'd say 90% of that album is already planned.
Yes.
We're trying to see these last few rehearsals if anything comes out of the blue.
I would
Cover
like
version of We've Got to Get Out of This Place by the Animals, which is that song that I was talking about the other week when we were very drunk.
Very drunk. Oh.
I've forgotten about. So,
We were haddocked that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain.
2 bottles of wine does that to you, Ravage. I don't remember much of that evening.
Quite a blur.
It was a
Well,
White
Damon
wine, red
Albarn was
wine.
there.
white.
Who, sorry?
Damon Albarn was there.
Was he there?
Yeah. Alex James refused to part around.
Yeah, a bit of a dicky.
Should we stop calling musicians? Dick?
Magicians.
Magicians, yeah.
Hey, do you know who's made a comeback?
Paul Daniels.
Not really.
It would be magic if you had.
Oh, now that's magic.
Yeah.
Debbie's loving life.
Anyway, who's made a comeback?
Westlife, of course.
Yes,
they're
yeah.
back in the charts, aren't they?
Yeah,
must
after
be-
we
Boys from
picked
the
them
Emerald
up
Isle.
last year.
They must be skinned.
Mm.
Nice, because we plugged them on the podcast last year, and people were like, "Oh yeah, what happened to Westlife? We want some Westlife in our lives." And they're like, "Go on then."
We are obligated to get back out there. So I don't know if there's a musician that's
In there?
retired we can sort of predict an uprising. We're pretty good at it by now.
Yeah.
Who's not doing anything these days?
The Mavericks.
Cliff Richard?
What's happened to them?
Cliffy B.
Who's that, sorry?
The Mavericks.
Who?
You don't know who the Mavericks are?
No.
They did that one song.
That's why I don't know who they are.
No, I was thinking the other song.
Well, there was that one as well.
Oh,
And for the life of me, I can't remember.
get yourself a fan.
I know.
I know. And I'm supposed to know who they are.
They're a band from the 90s. They're a country style band.
If you don't know. Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Just want to dance the night away.
That's it, yes. I know it now. I do know who they are.
Wow, that was a brainwave.
Oh, absolutely.
I had to think of them in a different way to picture that band as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got
Fat guy with a guitar in the shop.
Yeah.
they've got 2 UK dates coming up. 21st of June at the O2 Academy in Birmingham, and the Albert Hall in Manchester on the 27th of June.
Good stuff that they're still playing arenas like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they're touring America all over.
It's 59 dates.
Yeah.
Did you see
a couple
that
in Kansas City?
Carl Rae Jepsen has announced an album,
Yep,
And
and
then-
a UK tour.
a huge US tour with one solitary London date tagged on.
Are you,
It's the worst possible week. It's like the end of May,
oh dear.
Wednesday.
That coincided with
London.
your album, sort of.
So I can't even get time off. It's
No.
just
Not even for Carly Rae.
not even for. Why can't you do a weekend or at least a couple of days?
Yeah.
Mm.
I can actually play Sheffield.
Is that not subject to
I'll
change?
take a
though,
Birmingham
with,
at this point.
With sort of demand, is that not subject to change?
We'll see. We'll see.
Because usually you find that with bands, like they have
Well,
so much demand, they
obviously-
want an extra date or something.
Obviously, if she wants to appear on the bullpen,
She's more than welcome.
Yeah.
She's more than welcome
Yeah,
to appear on this.
I mean, she has called us a few times. And
Yeah,
We've just been
Maybe-
busy.
maybe.
she's so busy. Yeah, and plus the new receptionist, she's not very good at taking calls. Is she?
No.
Well,
Veronica.
she's good at taking calls. She just never actually writes down who's called.
Yeah,
So
Veronica, bless her,
I mean, apparently she rang the other week because we record all our phone calls.
for
Yeah.
security and training
And,
purposes.
She was like, "Yes, hello, this is
Yes.
Carly Rae," and our receptionist, Stepanka,
she's like, who?
was like, "Coronary? No, I've got a defib,
Jim McDonald.
Coronary
just handy, just so that won't happen."
Yeah.
And the line went dead.
She was like, if you're not Jim McDonald, then you need to hang up because we're waiting for his call.
Yeah, got Jim on the other line.
Jim on line one.
There's only one line anyway. There's only one phone.
Yeah.
One
One
receptionist.
landline anyway.
All of that's true.
Well, I mean, every room in Pen Towers 2 has a mobile phone in it, so
Yeah.
don't need landline.
Trying to keep up
They've
with
all got
tech
fax
technology.
machines somewhere.
Oh dear.
But there you go.
Are we calling it a day?
Shall we call it a day
Gentlemen
there?
and
I think
gentlemen.
that's it.
Yeah, I think that is. So, any shout outs?
Obviously,
No.
at Bullpen Pod.
Yeah.
Did your band have a Twitter?
Not yet.
No.
We are on Facebook at the New Transients. Just
New
search for that. You
Transients.
hopefully should find us.
Yeah, there's not many new transients.
There
I
is.
don't think.
There's no.
There's only one in my eye anyway.
I'm at Famous Strauss on the old Twitter,
Mhm.
and I'm just trying to find the details for the Nottingham Meetup thing.
Okay,
Yes.
that's happening again, isn't it?
It is.
It's
Yeah,
happening
I'll
bank
be
holiday
meeting.
weekend.
Is that this weekend?
Was it May?
This is Easter weekend.
Oh, okay.
Is it May?
Yeah,
First weekend in May. I think it.
yeah, like Friday or something.
Hmm.
It's not.
If it's a Friday, that's a possibility. I could attend.
I can't because I'm skiing off down south.
Dan South.
Where are you going?
Brighton.
Yeah,
Give your support to Chris Hooton.
Let's take your CV into the Amex.
Yep.
yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm actually going to watch cricket right next to the Amex.
Well, there you go. You can kill two birds with one stone. You
Yeah.
can take over the Brighton job
Yeah.
after you watch cricket.
But I don't want to be a championship manager, and I've been in the championship by then.
Well,
By May.
your stock will rise. I'm at
That's what
T-Boltby on
that's what
Twitter.
Delia said. Anyway.
Let's be having you.
Oi!
Bless her. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
at T-Boltby on Twitter. Just follow me if you want to. You
And
know.
I'm at David Ordering. I'm a private account.
Yeah,
So
well, and your new Twitter account as well. Which is
God, I can remember the
Frog
handle of
Drop
it.
Podcast.
Frog Drop Podcast. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Glad you. Yeah, it is Frog Drop Podcast.
EMID's MLB Meetups is the Twitter for them.
Okay.
And they've got a lovely looking bar that they go to, not Shooters.
Okay.
So yeah, May the 5th is their meetup, and it's from 8 o'clock.
The day after Star Wars Day.
Mm.
May the 4th.
So
Be with you and you.
Indeed.
Quattro di Cinco, isn't it? May the 6th? No, May the 5th.
May the 5th is this Sunday.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, if you've got Monday off, get yourself down.
Absolutely. So, on that note, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks again.
It's been a pleasure as always.
It's always lovely that you take your time out of your day to listen to.
Mm.
Yeah. And if you don't, why not?
Cheerio.
So, see
Sayonara.
you another time.
Ciao.
Hola.
Peace out.